just me, or were my friends in high school actually the worst? Story time. When I was in high school, me and my group of friends, we were real close, real tight. Bit of context, none of us grew up in rich households. Our friend group was giving very low income, giving food stamps, free and reduced lunch, okay? So when I got a job, it was like, okay, she's getting money with her $200 checks every 2 weeks. Hey! When I first got a job, I just wanted to shop all the time. I was at the mall every single weekend, every single weekday. I basically lived there. So, you know, I'd ask my friends, oh, do you want to come with me? We can just go window shopping. We can just get some food at the food court. We don't even have to shop. We can just walk around and talk. So I asked my friends this one day in particular, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to. I was like, come on, you guys, like, it's Friday. They were like, we have no money, we don't have money. I was a lot more generous back then. So I said, okay, I can buy you something. And they're like, okay, yeah, I'm there, let's hang out. Asking for all the details, when, where, what time I will be there. That the response changed that quick. And I was like, doesn't really sit right with me. This isn't to say, oh, I'm perfect, my friends are toxic, but can we just admit high school is weird? Yeah, my friend group was weird in high school, like just weird.
Let's talk about the worst type of toxic friends, frenemies, whatever you want to call it. I've had a lot of them for whatever reason. I think it's finally been long enough to where I can talk about this without getting myself in trouble. I used to be a part of this little clique, and I had this friend that was in the friend group that every single time we would all plan something and go hang out, she would always FaceTime me beforehand and be like, what are you wearing? Are you dressing up? Are you looking bad? Are you looking good? Like, how much makeup are you wearing? Like, I need to know. Like, I get it. You want to know if the vibe is we're dressing hobo or we're going chic. But I mean, it was like every single time we had an outing. One morning, I didn't have time to FaceTime her. I wore a skirt that day, and I will never forget, she got so pissed at me. I was not dressed up at all, mind you. It was a casual skirt, probably Lulu. It was like, are you kidding me? You could have at least told me you were wearing a skirt today, because now you look better than me. And I was like, bro, I did not think I owed it to you to tell you what I was wearing. I was not trying to one-up you. I didn't even know what you were wearing. And that is not the only time that happened. I went to the same Halloween party once, and I wore a dress, and she was like, if I had known you were wearing a dress, I would have worn something different, and now I have to go home and change. And I was like, what? No, you don't. You look super cute. We don't both have to be wearing the exact same thing to look cute. I don't think she ended up actually changing, but like, you would get so pissed at me. Like, crazy idea. But we both wear what we want and feel confident, not compete with each other. Friends like that where they're constantly trying to compete with you instead of you guys always hyping each other up. I learned it the hard way. They are not your friends.
Time I found out my friend secretly hated me. You listen to my poems, you know in college I had an on-again, off-again boyfriend. This story time even starts out messy. I was also pretty cool with his best friend. When the best friend started dating this cute little celibate girl, I was like, ooh, double date. The four of us would go to karaoke together. Celibate and I even did like a Cheetah Girls duet. We took a day trip out of state together. She worked at a restaurant and she would give us free food. In retrospect, I'm pretty sure she spit in that salad, but that's speculation. One day, the group just kind of fell apart. And me and my man were off again, but low-key on again. Got to a point where it was like, okay, you're basically my man, my man, my man. Are we gonna be together or we gonna be together? He just wasn't giving me what I needed, and so I had to block him. He started calling me from unknown numbers, saying he made a mistake, giving me flowers, he even put my furniture together because y'all, I am not handy. Don't judge me. This was before my healing journey. I took him back because I was following my heart. I was following my ovaries. And then literally within 24 hours, I got a call from celibate. This wasn't unusual though because we remained pretty cool. He was always inviting me to parties. He liked all of my posts, go to poetry events on campus together. Like, we were becoming like real friends. He's like, are you and this guy dating? I'm thinking she means, are we back together? Because like, she's seen us together. Yeah, he just left my house this morning. This next sentence is my trust issues villain origin story. She goes, I've been hooking up with him this whole time. And this isn't even the crazy part. I'm running out of time. You want to know how I dealt with both her and him? Like for part 2. Found out my friend was hooking up with my ex. I mean, she was celibate, apparently not for my man. Was calling me to come to me as a woman. Said she thought we were just friends the whole time. Mind you, we've been on double dates together. She's seen us holding hands. She even saw us sing My Boo at karaoke. Plus, she was dating his best friend. So the math wasn't mathing. So I did some investigative work. Here's what really happened. After her and her guy broke up, she wanted revenge. So she decided to mess with his best friend and make him yes man. It just so happened that his best friend was also also my ex. Girl, I get that you wanted to get your lick back, but why did I have to get hit with the stray? Here's where it starts to get weird. The whole time that she was messing with him, she was pushing me to be her friend, inviting me to parties, being the first to like every post and every story. She had this girl smiling all in my face. The two of us would hang out around campus. She was doing all of this on purpose so she could have my number for this phone call. It was supposed to be a casual thing, but she caught some not so casual feelings. When he tried to break things off and said, I'm getting back with Jerry, she decided it was time to come to me as a woman. Out of the goodness of her heart, she told me a diluted version of the truth. You know what I did next? Nothing. Didn't tell her off, didn't diss her in my poems. My ex shouldn't have put me in that position in the first place. At the end of the day, the other woman isn't the person who promised to be loyal to me, even if we were friends. So I just said thanks for letting me know. I moved on with my life. I could do a whole story time on the breakup alone, but I did turn into a poem, and the poem went viral.
Story time about how my mother-in-law yelled at me at my wedding. Disclaimer, this is not my story time, instead of me on Instagram. Yes, I'm congested. My husband